There appears to be some ripples in the waters ahead of the elections, as the Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, says Boko Haram terrorists and armed bandits have been mobilized by unscrupulous elements to perpetrate massive acts of violence in several states across the northern parts of the country before, during, and after the elections. Mr. Mohammed asked citizens to be vigilant, law-abiding, and ready to cast their votes.
Having realized that their fortunes have dwindled badly ahead of the polls, the desperate opposition is orchestrating widespread violence with a view to truncating the elections, thus triggering a constitutional crisis that could snowball into the establishment of an interim government.
Well, the People's Democratic Party has responded to the allegations made by the Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, about the opposition planning to perpetrate widespread violence across the country. The PDP National Publicity Secretary, Mr. Kola Ologbondiyan, says the allegations are completely false, reason why the INEC boss has refused to let go of National Commissioner Mrs. Amina Zakari.
PDP calls on Nigerians to hold President Buhari directly responsible for any escalation of violence in our nation. It is imperative to state that the PDP finds the claims of Alhaji Lai Mohammed as irresponsible and ludicrous. It is just a measure for building the ground for framing up and arresting of leading members of the opposition, as he has just confirmed our concerns. Severally, the PDP have alerted the nation that the APC and the Buhari presidency, having come to the stark reality of their imminent and disgraceful loss at the polls, have embarked on a strategy to foment crisis in our nation and blame the opposition for it.
We might not be staying on that issues of plans, allegations, and counter-allegations of violence ahead of the election. Our conversation around will be around the elections also and some of the issues raised. So let's go straight to our main story for discussion tonight. After 12 years or so, former Vice President and PDP presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar has visited the United States. That visit, according to the PDP, is to establish and realign the country with the world power as plans of the main opposition if it wins the 2019 elections. That move, according to the APC, is a scam. Mr. Keyamo, the APC campaign spokesperson, says in a statement that the visit had all the trappings of a fugitive sneaking into America under, quote, special diplomatic waiver. For the candidate of the major opposition party in Nigeria, Mr. Keyamo says it is an absolute disaster that the visit was not announced ahead of time in Nigeria, with its programs and itinerary clearly spelled out the decent and customary minimum standard of such visits. End of quote. Yesterday, our former president, Olusegun Obasanjo, came for the president, Muhammadu Buhari, and his around issues of his performance, describing the present administration as drifting into autocratic regime. In fact, former President Obasanjo described and compared President Buhari's style to that of a past military dictator, Sani Abacha.
Nigeria appreciate Buhari.
Let's get to the conversation now, everyone. I have joining me from our Abuja studio Professor Usiji Medana. He is a member of the APC, and also Mr. Kenneth Imaswagbon. Let's get started, everyone. They're joining me from our Abuja studio. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for coming on the program tonight. Mr. Kenneth Imaswagbon, the APC has described the visit of the former vice president and the candidate of the PDP as a scam, and that it has all of these trappings of a fraud. What does this mean for your party?
Thank you, Sean. I'm glad to be here. President-in-waiting, President Atiku Abubakar's visit to the United States, the most powerful country in the world, has the trappings of global acceptability of Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, who will defeat President Muhammadu Buhari by God's grace come February next month, 2016. Buhari will be defeated. His visit to the US, what does it mean? It means that Atiku has the key to the world. He can knock the right doors in Washington. Part of the problem of this administration, the failure of this administration, is their failure to understand simple ABC of international diplomacy. This government does not know that the world has gone beyond what they are doing. They will meet their Waterloo very soon because Nigerians and the world, they are waiting for the emergence of Atiku. Atiku went to the States. He was received. The United States do not lower their standard for anybody. I've said this show on this program. I predicted he will be given visa to the States. I said on this same chair that he will certainly be in the States. And we can see that America does no wrong because they believe in democracy. While he was in the States, he met with business community, with government officials, with Nigerians, and the world. The world awaits Atiku Abubakar presidency. Because this government, the President Buhari government has failed. At times when I see Lai Mohammed and others talk, I said, these guys belong to the old school. They don't know what the issues are. They're talking about food, jobs, insecurity, economy, poor leadership.
All right.
And you're talking about visa.
Because
nobody's going to stop.
All right. Let me allow Professor Medana. I do not know about some of the people he met, but I'm not quite certain about him meeting some government officials in the United States. But Professor Medana, it does look like your party, APC, is so concerned about the visit of Atiku Abubakar. Does this mean anything for your party?
APC is not concerned about the visit of Atiku Abubakar. The facts are on the ground. You know, I was expecting the gentleman beside me to mention 2-3 officials Atiku Abubakar met in the United States. Let me just put it this way. United States of America, they are signatories to Resolution 2131 of 1965 of not interference in political activities of any other country. If you look at that very resolution, it says the America will not interfere in the political evolution or political activities of other countries. Let me just refer my friend here to what the scenarios in America. A former vice president visiting America. He went into America like a kind of what I would call jugunu. Nobody knows when he went there. And part of the waiver in diplomacy which America gave him is he will not meet any officials of America. Let me just, there is no conspicuous one official, either he's a representative or a congressman or a senator or any government official. They should mention one. Even the business entity that he was made, the Cooksey, says that the meeting is behind closed door. A person of his caliber going to America, spend only 1 day to come back to Nigeria. Let me just, your producer can do us a favor. Let him Google the Senate website that indicted him. If that resolution was reversed, Goodluck Jonathan, in the launching of his book and post-launching of the book, he alleged that United States of America was behind his defeat. That is a psychological warfare for the Atiku Abubakar to go to America and come back. Once he's America, the allegation will be APC used American government to arrest Atiku Abubakar. The allegation is still there. The allegation has not been removed just because of that waiver, a diplomatic waiver they have given him. That's why he went there. If you want to know, nothing happened to that Atiku Abubakar is clean. After his defeat, 2019 on the 16th, let him go to America after that time. He has stayed 12 years without going to that place. It's now that he went just 2 days. So to prove the point, he came back within that 7 days of the policy. Now, we have not seen any government official this man met with. If there is that government official, this is a digital age. Mr. Kenneth, you mentioned that person, then we'll Google it
Professor,
and find out.
Just let me allow Mr.
Let
Maswagman to come in here.
Let me
I do know. Sorry, let me put a question.
Can I talk, please?
Let me put a
Can
question.
I reply him?
All right,
I've got the right to reply, please.
Just a moment. I was about coming to you, but we need to take this break. When we come back, we'll talk more about these issues. Don't go anywhere, everyone. We'll be right back.